Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Emily Gear. I am a multidimensional channel and a transformative energy healer. And I am back, Cancer, with your now bi-weekly messages. If you have seen my other videos, you will have noticed that I'm now doing one half of the zodiac one week and the other half of the zodiac the following week, and then I continue from there. It seems to fit a lot better into my schedule. If you find that you would like a more personalized reading, or you would like healing session, akashic records session with me, really we combine everything in my sessions, and I just open your records and ask your record keepers and source what you need at that time. So if you decide that you would like to do one of those sessions with me, you can always schedule that directly on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. And finally, if you just have one question that you would like read and you're looking for a slightly lower price point, there is a pre-recorded reading available, or recorded reading available on my website that you can purchase and send me the question, and then I will record a reading and send it to you. So that makes it just a little bit less costly. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is looking into the messages and the energies coming in for you guys for the next 2 weeks. All right, we're not doing extended relationship readings this week just because I need a little bit of time to catch up on some things in my other job. So I hope to start those again though. All right, so energies and messages, please, source, coming in for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the next 2 weeks. For the sign of Cancer, please. Messages for Cancer, please, for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so what we're starting out with is the World with the Six of Wands, okay? So I'm feeling some very positive energies here, actually. And you know what so the person who makes this deck, I can't remember her name off the bat, but this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. There's also a Wild Unknown Animal Oracle deck. And in that deck is a sea serpent, I think. And it looks much like this, or at least it reminds me of this, the way that there's that scaly, braiding, circular function. And when I pull that sea serpent, I can't even tell you what the book says about it, but when I pull it and I look at it, what I intuitively get is a kind of transcendent psychic kind of feeling. In fact, I think it might be that the serpent is eating its own tail. And in that sense, it's this very cyclic kind of alpha omega, overall bigger picture kind of feeling. Okay. And I get that from this card. I get this very deep, very psychic, very emotional, very transitional, very, beginnings and endings all at once kind of feeling. And that would jive absolutely with the meaning of the World card in general. But this appears, with the stars in the sky. And I almost feel like there is this deepening of those deepest of talents, those deepest of gifts that you have, whether that be, and I do feel like these are psychic gifts that we're talking about. So you might have some level of psychic awareness or intuitive awareness, almost like a magic, whatever your own personal magic is. I am feeling it coming up from the depths though. And it might be the connection to that sea serpent card. It feels like it's coming up from the depths. And so in some way, it's like an occult. It's an occult gift that you have. And that's going to be a little bit different for each one of you. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel like that you're finding out that you're good at like metalworking or something, right? I mean, maybe like there's an art to that, right? And so to a degree, there's a depth to that. So whatever it is that's coming up is something that's coming in from the deep, and I feel like there's a there's just a magic to this, and it sets you apart from others. Okay, it kind of creates you as some sort of either standout leader or standout guide to others. I'm getting like this feeling that this is the deep contact with the divine feminine, but also sort of, they're saying the words profane feminine as well. So it's like there's this intimate balance coming out of this worldly feminine and this divine feminine. It's almost like the Lilith and Eve paradox, and yet they're the same. They represent two different sides of the same being, sort of, the two wives of Adam. Okay, this is getting kind of weird, but this is the feeling that I'm getting from this card. Is it's like there's the deep dark, and then there is the bright star, and they're coming together in this one person, within you. And it's this archetype that's kind of developing or grounding within you. This is, okay, not to get weird on you, but my sacral chakra is going nuts right now. So I feel like there is this really deep, like creative, almost sexual vibe to it. And it could be that you're opening up like some kind of sexual channel that you had closed off for a long time. And it feels like this sense of balance, like this, maybe you would have felt that this energy was like forbidden at some point, and now you're kind of allowing it to integrate with the fullness of your being, because it is part of you. It's not forbidden, it's part of you, and as long as you feel it's forbidden, you're cutting off a piece of yourself. And it's somewhere in this creative energy that has felt so profane, or maybe so, I mean, profane to me actually means like mundane, kind of, maybe not in the sense that, I'm sort of using it in the sense that we would think of something that is forbidden. Okay, so the meanings, again, the meanings of the words are failing me right now. But I shouldn't have derailed myself there because I completely lost my train of thought. But I'm feeling like there is a rise for you. You're rising, okay? You're into the stars, into the ethers, into the heights, ascending in a sense, but also as a visible human being, a visible leader, a visible inspirational person. I'm just hearing a visible channel. So maybe some of you are beginning to channel this information, which is another one of those forbidden acts, like it's so dangerous or whatever. And it can be if you're not, but you're rising to the heights. I feel that like, you're integrating the entire spectrum. Okay. And as I say spectrum, I'm drawn back to the 6 of Wands card, where we're seeing the color is not good here, but you're seeing the actual rainbow spectrum there. And to me, it's a bridging. You're bridging the gap between your highest high, your connection with source, with the divine, and your connection with the earth or the profane, or your lower urges, maybe even your darkness, okay? And those things are coming together and melding so that your power increases because you have access to the full spectrum of your being. I'm not saying that you're like calling up dark forces or something like that. Like, no. It's the full spectrum of your being, the thing that you are, that you were created to be. And you are really flowing through this process of no longer cutting off the pieces of yourself because you thought they were not good enough. You thought they were like not okay. You thought they were, again, the word profane keeps coming up, okay? This brings you a kind of, the Six of Wands is traditionally recognition. And that was kind of coming through in this World card here. I feel like there is some kind of recognition that is starting to come out for you. And I'm actually I'm actually healing, but what I meant to say is I'm actually hearing that those in your soul family, those who you are meant to meet or come in contact with, maybe a divine complement, somebody who has either been asleep or been willfully ignoring, willfully avoiding, they're recognizing you for who you are at this time. Something is coming full circle there. Some cycle is ending as it's beginning again with the World card. And again, with the visualization of that serpent with its tail in its mouth. The Alpha and the Omega. The ending and the beginning all at once. So something profound is happening for you. And it is moved forward, it's spurred forward, it's ignited by the recognition of the full self, your recognition of your full self, and putting that forward then to the universe so that others are able to identify and recognize you for who you are as well. God, there is something really deep going on with you guys. We've got the Hierophant with the Tower coming up here. This raven, sorry, my computer actually went to sleep on me there. This raven is like calling out to the elements. You've got there's that lightning bolt behind it, which is echoed with the lightning bolt behind this Tower card. And the Tower card echoes the Emperor card, which is one huge tall tree, right? And this is the burning down of that that structure. And combined with this Hierophant, I just feel like there's this massive, I'm like looking for the right word. I could say deconstruction, breakdown. I could say, destruction of this belief system, but it feels more to me like you're actually emerging like the fucking Kool-Aid man and busting this belief system open. This is really big, whatever is going on for you. Okay, Father of Cups is coming up. So there is definitely an emotional element here. It's definitely a heart awakening element that's happening in addition to like the sacral energy that I feel that's coming up. I'm hearing some of you have been judging your own sensitivity that, maybe as a water sign or somebody with water in their moon or water in their ascendant, you might be judging your sensitivity, your emotional sensitivity, your emotional connection to people or things or places or whatever. And that is part of your gift. That's part of what makes you who you are. And so I feel like that judgment is breaking away. That there's like this new respect for or connection to the part of you that is magic. And your magic is partially related to your emotional abilities, your emotional depth, your intuitive depth, your empathic depth. I think you're giving that credence that in a way that maybe you haven't in the past. Some of you are full on fucking like witches. You know what I mean? Like, I say that in a positive sense. Some of you are diving deep, you know? Some of you are empaths to the max. And so you're kind of, you're breaking into that. You're kind of like, I feel that heart cracking open, and you're really like getting in touch with what that means for you. And all the ways that in the past, okay, I'm being shown, and I think this might be a lot of the men out there, but it could absolutely be the women too, is like all the ways that you have maybe criticized yourself for feeling too much, or maybe people have told you you're too emotional or you get too attached. You're starting to see where that has actually been guiding you toward truth at times, most of the time, okay? You know, there are always the fears that come in, which are the illusion, but your feelings, the depth of your feeling has been leading you toward truth. And that all the times you've pushed that away, you were denying yourself. You were denying who you were. And that the feeling of diving deep into that heart right now, I'm feeling it as like immense pain, but feeling so right at the same time. Maybe there's some weird sadomasochistic thing going on there. I don't know. But what it feels like is that time when you finally allow yourself to release the emotional burden that you've been carrying. And so for some of you, that's what this is about. This is releasing the emotional burden of something that you have been so committed to holding off, something that you have been so committed to saying, I'm not going there. That's just wallowing, all right? And we've talked in past readings about wallowing and how we don't want to do that necessarily, right? But there is a time to allow the emotions to break forth and to reveal themselves so that you can allow them to pass through, right? And that's something that, you know, those of you who have strong water in your chart in places need to do on the regular, because otherwise you're internalizing this stuff inside your physical body. It becomes blockages within your physical body. And so maybe those are the pathways that are opening up for some of you that we're talking about. Some of you are really connecting on a deep level to your emotional potential. In the gift that it really is, you know. If you want to up-level your relationship, you go in through the heart. You allow yourself to feel everything. It's bringing me back to the sacral chakra too. It may be this they're actually saying emerging of like the heart and the sacral, like just those two, and those are deep feeling chakras. They're both feminine chakras, very deep feeling. If you are in tune with both of those, like the emotional aspects of your relationships, in addition to the creative and sexual aspects of your relationships, are off the charts, you know? So it could be that that energy is really being highlighted for you now to clear and allow to increase the depth to which you are experiencing these intimate relationships and all relationships. Because there is a time and a place for each chakra to affect every kind of relationship that we have, you know what I mean? So the more intimate, the more deep you go, right? But there's a creative level to even your work relationships. There is an emotional and a connection, a connected level to even your acquaintance relationships. You know what I mean? So this is valid for everything. I don't want to stray too far off. I just want to make sure I'm hitting people, because there's a depth here. There are people who are hearing this reading right now who are having profound magic coming into their lives, and they're seeing where they indeed are the conduit. You're the conduit of the magic. It's like, this is like the the archetype of the Pythian oracle. This is the oracle. You are the oracle. You're becoming the oracle, or you have been the oracle, and you're realizing it on some level. You're breaking away from the fear of that, or the belief that that's not okay. But for others of you, this is your emotional depth, okay? And the emotional depth for some of you is your oracle, is your magic, okay? So this is all kind of the same thing, but I don't want to leave this reading without telling you how profound this is, all right? This is fucking magic, whatever this is for you. All right, let's get some more messages for Cancer, please. 3 of Cups, Mother of Cups, the Empress. Remember I was saying how fucking deep this is and how this is like the oracle? The only thing that could have been better to come out was maybe the High Priestess. But honestly, the Empress feels really apropos coming out with the Mother of Cups. This is the Divine Feminine. We are talking about the Divine Feminine. And this is like, I feel like it's breaking forth in your life in a way. Holy shit, I just read a Journey of Love card yesterday for someone who has a Cancer rising sign, actually. And it talked all about this is the Divine Feminine surfacing in your life. And it was a male that I was reading it for. So this is happening for everyone. So yeah. I'm trying to understand where this 3 of Cups fits in there. I just feel like, this is like, there's the setting sun here. It feels like a setting sun. And the crowd is watching. The community is watching. Oh God, I'm sorry. I need to fix my nails, but who has time for that shit? There's this crowd watching feeling here. Oh, goody, lawnmower guy is out. I feel like there are people in your life who are witnessing this transformation that you're going through, where you're just, to some people, you feel very different, I think. I think they don't understand, maybe, on all levels what's going on with you. And so there is a degree of compassion that's really important for you to hold right now for those in your life who are maybe close, especially those that are close to you that you may be outgrowing. Okay, this happens to all of us at different points in our life. I don't want to say all points of our life, but different points of our life where we outgrow individuals or individual thoughts, belief systems, relationships, religious groups, jobs, whatever it is, like the things that are providing structure and guidance or focus in your life, you outgrow them periodically, which is kind of what's happening here. But it's coming in through the channel of the Divine Feminine. Your emotional needs are changing. They're growing. They're blossoming. It could even be your sexual needs are changing. They're growing. They're blossoming. They're deepening, right? It's not like this like devil energy of like this just sort of magnetic passion. It's becoming combined with your emotional need or something. That's coming through for somebody. It's blossoming and people are noticing. And it feels like a sunset. It feels like some of these things you're outgrowing. These people are falling away. And that's definitely echoed here with the Tower and the Hierophant coming in. And so the word transition keeps coming up. This is a big transitional time for you. And again, it's coming through the channel of the Divine Feminine and allowing that into your life. Whether you're a man or woman, we all have that within us, okay? I am really, like, my heart is going nuts right now. There's some freaking awakening to the Divine Feminine that is happening for some of you that's on a level that has never happened before. It's coming through as a creative awakening, as a sexual awakening, as a heart awakening, as all of the above. Okay? Some of you are in resistance to that, though. Here's the Father of Swords. And I wouldn't necessarily feel that as resistance, but if you had to choose a polar opposite to the Mother of Cups here, it's the Father of Swords. It's the rational mind combined with structure. And so you're kind of confronting your Father of Swords right now. You're bringing that into balance with the Mother of Cups within you, i.e. the Emperor and the Empress within you coming into balance, okay? I think that came out in the weekly energy reading it came out in the form of the Lovers with the Six of Pentacles. And that's for everyone, but it's also actually really especially for Divine Compliments, where you're coming into this profound balance at this time. And that's coming up for me in the next 2 weeks for you, Cancer. And so this is not to shut this away, but look at his intense gaze. Like, you got to tell him to back the fuck off. This might actually manifest as a person in your life trying to block this development or discourage this development. But this energy is just as important as this new energy coming in. So you don't want to push it away. You just want to bring it into a state of balance. This intensity, there are going to be times when you need to use this intense mental focus. But right now is the time where your focus is this Lilith Eve kind of aspect, the bubbling up, the bursting forth, the rising to the skies kind of feeling of that. I hope this is coming through to you guys the way that I intended to. There's just really intense feelings happening right now all over the place. So I hope it's hitting pay dirt with you guys. Holy shit, we are so over time. Okay. We're at 25 minutes. I cannot believe we're at 25 minutes. Let me just get a final, just sort of closing remarks here from Source for Cancers. Closing remarks from Source, please, for Cancers. We have the Mother of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups. So this actually came out in the weekly energy read, so check that out if you haven't yet. What I'm getting right now is there are issues of self-worth and value, especially on the feminine side, your feminine half, the part of you that's trying to burst forth right now, that you need to let go of. You simply need to be done with them. And what they're saying right now is, like, simply making that decision is enough to help remove that blockage. The judgment of that part of yourself has kept you from your full power, from your full potential long term. And it's bursting forth now. So it's just time to, and I'm really feeling like this sense of allowing it to grow. You know, there's this feeling of gentleness, of allowance that comes through with the doe and the fawn picture here with the Mother of Pentacles. Allowing it to show up in your physical life, not hiding it anymore. Let it take form. Just like the Empress allows the child to sort of take form within her, right? In order to birth it. That is the energy that's coming through right now. And these are those obstacles that are just breaking down simply because you make the choice not to let the negative self-talk, the negative feelings, this kind of energy, not to let it block you, okay? It's important, right? See, there's the spectrum here on the sword. There's light in this energy, but it's only part of you. It's not the whole. All right, guys, I'm going to let that go right there. We're going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you want me to look into your specific situation further, or work on an energy healing with me, Akashic Records consultation, as I always mention, you can schedule that on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. Okay, guys, pleasure to speak to you and talk to you soon. Bye.